Hi there. Welcome to Bible Says Chat. Gus, you're going to like it. You're going to do it, and you're going to like it.
I don't have the question in front of me.
Oh, here, I'll give you the question. We have a question that came up that was asked, and I want you to read it. It's right there. Gus is going to read me the question. Go ahead. Gus, come on.
Okay. Believe it or not. Believe it or not.
Okay, good.
If you're a botanist.
Hey, this is awesome.
This is a real question.
Yes.
I can tell.
Yeah.
And you have a high degree of knowledge of which plants are edible.
Yeah.
The guy so far.
Uh-huh.
And which ones in the state of California say they're illegal to eat?
Yes.
And you get lost deep in the California wilderness.
Yes.
Is it a sin to eat edible plants to survive? They are deemed illegal by the great state of California.
That's the question.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
Do you want me to tell you my thoughts?
No, I don't want you to tell you. Don't tell me your thoughts.
No. I can tell you.
No. Keep your thoughts.
I'll tell you my thoughts
Okay.
right now.
The reason why you don't like this question is because you feel like it's like super obscure, and other things too. I would say this is actually a very good question, and the reason why it's
I'm going to talk to this person asking the question.
And the reason why it's a good question is because it's actually an ethical...
This is April 1st. Is this April Fool's Day?
This is April Fool's Day, but that's not why we're doing this.
Okay.
It's because it actually begs an ethical question. So here's the ethical question that it begs.
Pose it to me.
Okay, here you go. Is it okay
to steal bread to feed your family?
Yes. Is it okay to break the law to survive as a Christian?
Yeah.
Even in that case, like going into the wilderness. Is it okay to break the law?
Why are you in the wilderness? That's the first question.
There's a lot of questions we could ask here. I mean, there's lots and lots of questions.
Why are you deep in the forest?
With nothing but the edible plants that you're...
You seriously have nothing to do.
Look, okay, I'm not saying...
Is that what we get into? You want to talk about that, John?
Okay, look, I'm not saying that
Don't get upset.
Plausible. I'm not saying that it's plausible.
Don't give me angry eyes.
Angry eyes. I'm not saying this is plausible, but the question is actually a good question. The question is, can you break the law, the civil law? Can you violate the governmental law?
The answer is no.
To survive. You would say no.
No.
Okay. And it is our obligation before God to obey the law, even at the cost of our life.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fantastic.
That's
it. That's all I want to say. Where would we go in the Bible for that, since it's Bible/chat, not Gus/chat?
Well, it seems to be anyway.
It's okay. I'll say.
So I guess that the first thing you need to talk about is as you go through like Romans 13, right?
Yeah.
And you think through, okay, what does the government ask me to do, right? The only time we are not to obey human laws are if they're asking us to sin.
Right.
To die is dying a sin.
Yeah. No, it's not.
No. Would it be wrong for me to eat something that is again, it's a plant that it's actually prohibited or protected?
Yeah. The law says don't do it. Yeah. You kill an animal that's in danger. The law says don't kill the animal.
Yeah, so then it would be sin to do that.
Okay. So it's better in that case. What you're saying is ethically, it's better for you to die
of hunger
than to violate the law and sin against God.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You want to stand by that?
I do.
Okay. So this is actually super helpful because
I think that I would go to that. Now, if the government is asking me to sin,
right. If they said, hey, if you don't preach the gospel, and you're not allowed to preach the gospel,
well, you need to kill a child,
or you have to kill a child, or
you need to do. Then that would be that's not even an ethical thing.
Yeah, no,
that's sin.
Yeah, so you just can't do that.
Now
Acts chapter.
I do want to ask you a question though.
Hold on. Acts chapter 5. We must obey God rather than men. Yes. So if the government asks us to do something illegal,
so this is your show.
I mean, if the government,
you don't let me ask.
No, we're gonna do it. If the government asks us to do something that violates the word of God, we say no.
Yeah.
And even if they kill us, it's fine. We don't mind. Okay, go ahead. What was your question?
But honestly,
Yeah.
you're hungry.
Yeah.
You're
You're
deep.
starving.
You're deep in the forest somehow
Yeah. With nothing.
with nothing
Yeah.
to eat.
In this incredibly implausible situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you eat or not?
Me?
Yeah.
This is very difficult.
Personal.
This
Because it would be very difficult for me to do that.
Yeah. To like starve yourself to
Yeah.
death in order to obey
Yeah.
the law. I would pray that God would give me the grace in that moment to choose to die slowly rather than to violate the law and therefore sin against God. And the reason why I would say that, I don't know that I would, because in those situations it's very complex. But this is actually like, this is where every ethics dilemma for a Christian is actually solved by the fact that for a Christian, death is gain.
Yeah.
It's far better for us to die, right? Paul says, Philippians chapter 1, he says, it's better for me to die. I would rather actually go home to be with the Lord.
But you don't know what you would do, and I don't know either what I would do. It's like, even if the government comes right now, they kick down the door.
They say, deny Christ.
Deny Christ will kill you.
Yeah. In that moment,
I would love to think.
Yeah.
I would love
that you
to
would
think
be brave enough.
that I would be brave enough and be like Polycarp.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would pray that I would do that.
What did Polycarp say? That reference to church history, it's so good.
Like what is it? 88 years.
Yeah.
My, shepherd, and I have never wanted anything. Or something like that.
And he's been faithful to me.
He's been faithful to me.
How could I deny him and be unfaithful to him?
Yeah, I would hope that we would be able to do that. But even that, with this latest ethical dilemma, it's hard because you're thinking, well, like I don't want to die.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I think I'm clear on stealing bread to feed my family.
Yeah.
But I'm not as clear of being deep in the forest.
Yeah.
This is why hiking is such a waste of time.
That's not where we're going with the ethics here, but I mean, it's actually fascinating because there's all sorts of mitigating factors, right? You might say, well, that law is dumb. You can say, I'm alone. No one would ever find out.
I'm supposed to subdue the earth.
I'm supposed to subdue the earth. Like all sorts of things that we could use and say, well, that would trump that ethical question. But I would actually say it's better to not disobey the government, even in the case of something like that.
Do you think the government would understand if you
ate the plants?
Ate the plants?
I think no one would mind.
I don't think so either.
But ironically, actually, we're the ones who are supposed to stand on the principle and the conviction that we have, knowing that we're supposed to submit ourselves to the government.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I'm telling you.
I would just pray that I could
find some edible 200 people, and we probably have 200 answers.
And they would all say eat.
With nuances.
Yeah. With nuances. I would pray that I would have enough recognition of botany to know other plants that weren't illegal to pick and be able to survive. Yeah. But of course, that assuming all those things to be the case, placed in that ethical dilemma, we would say, die. It's better to die than to sin. Yeah. Which is always the principle. And that saves us.
This is why this question is such a difficult question.
It's such a good question.
No, I didn't say bad. I just said difficult.
Okay.
You're reading my mind.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, so if for Christians, death is actually the solution to every ethical dilemma. Would you do this to do this? Would you do this to do this? Well, if the answer is death, or even death of loved ones, you say, yes, I'm happy to die. Actually, we win every time if we're willing to die. Because it frees us from the constraint on this life. And so we're actually able to say, like, it's okay, like we can die. And that actually frees us, makes every ethical dilemma an easy solution, and then that helps us a lot.
What a great question.
It's a great question. We want to thank the person who asked it. Come on. Anyway, I hope that's helpful for you when it comes to ethics. If you have any questions on this,
or anything.
Or anything, actually.
I guess
in this case, eating endangered tigers. We are happy to...
Impossible. Please, send us your questions.
Send us whatever questions, and we'd love to talk more about
them. We're so helpful.
Our email is info@faithbibleoc.org.
Just ask Jeeves.
Thanks so much.